to opening up to the truth. What will you do now that the truth is in front of you? That is the weekend reading that we are having today. I'm in a new location. I am on vacation in Puerto Rico, visiting my homeland, and you may find yourself even in your dream state during this weekend, visiting your homeland, visiting your truth, right? We are moving from this level of like expansion and realization to another level of truth. I have here some sage, as you can see, it's blowing. I have a fan going on here. So let's cleanse our energy, right? Cleanse our energy. Allow ourselves to feel the fullness of our collection of energy. This is a time where we're feeling also like our ancestors, right? As the truths are unfolding in front of us, we are starting to also remember I'm not alone, right? Like there's this, I'm not alone in this, all right? So let's see what we have for this weekend. And that was what I got when I was meditating before starting, to pull out the cards. So let's see. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Wands, the Strength, and the Empress. Okay. That is the energy for this weekend. We're going to go through the cards and let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. We have the Tower, Major Arcana. And as you already know, working with me for all this time, underneath the deck is what's going on. Wow, this is really, really going off. Let me actually turn it a little down because I am in an Airbnb. Um, even though I have family down here, I still wanted my own space, right? So I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit just because it's not my home that I'm in, right? But this is saying that there's a really big need to cleanse your energy and cleanse your space, right? There's an importance in that, especially with this tower underneath everything, and it's in this upright. So for me, when a tower shows up, especially in the upright, and it is underneath the deck, which is talking about the unseenness of what is actually like affecting it's the unseen little puzzle pieces that are playing a role, right? That's hard. Oh, I hope you guys could see me kind of ah mm, service might be a little bit sketchy, so I hope it comes out well. This card just fell out of my hand. This is the Five of Cups, okay? And I feel like that has something to do with this tower. Towers are like immediate. It's not something that is going to happen really long time from now. It feels like this weekend the truth that is revealed to you feels like a sticky truth. It feels a little bit like ugh, right? We have the Five of Pentacles, right? Which is like this feeling of like being left out of the cold, right? And the thing here is like, you see, like these pentacles are like a glass on a church, right? And so what this is showing me right now is like you are becoming aware of some like deep rooted beliefs that you really held true to yourself for a really long time. And there's a tower coming with that. It's like a realization of realizing, actually, I think I've been operating from a false truth. And it's like those realities are crumbling down, right? Because the truth wants to be birthed. You are holding on to too many burdens, right? This 10 of Pentacles, I mean, of Wands is about burdens. And the timer, when I looked up, it said 444. And to me, 444 is like, you're on the right path. You're on the right path to let go of these burdens, right? And there's a part of you that's sort of attached to the burdens. It's You're attached to, like, even though it was dysfunctional, it didn't make you happy, right? Things along those lines. Even though all that was happening, it makes you still feel like you have purpose. And because it makes you feel like you have purpose, there you keep doing it, right? It's like, you stay in a connection, you stay in a friendship, you stay in a job because it makes you feel like you're doing something. It makes you feel important. But the way that it is sucking your energy is one that is not in alignment with where you're going in life, right? You're meant to step into the Empress, right? And the Empress energy is all about remembering who you are and no longer playing small, right? It's not about showing off. It's just your natural confidence comes out, right? Um One thing that I'm experiencing being here right now, being here for this weekend now, moving in, is like this energy of calm, right? It's a slower pace here than it is in New York. So, you got to be more patient with waiting for your food and online, and everyone greets you. And that is wonderful. And with that, it is bringing this level of my nervous system calming down, and it is allowing me to stand straight. It's allowing me to take my time. It's allowing me not to constantly be thinking of the person behind me or the person in front of me. It's letting me be more present. And so there's something about that this weekend when you realize I need to put down these burdens, right? I need to step into myself, right? The Five of Pentacles with the Tower energy, I really feel like underneath it all, it's difficult for you to let it go. It's difficult for you to let go and see this isn't working for me. Yet it makes me feel like I'm important, and that's why I keep doing it. And what you're being asked is to walk alone, right? And alone is not like alone like you're lonely. It means to walk in confidence in yourself. You need to surround yourself with the right people. And you're in this place where when you drop the burdens of the 10 of wands, it's like letting go of old friends, old connections, old things you used to do. And it's time to move into the strength card, whereas you befriend the lion. You befriend the people. You become more connected with people in alignment with where you're going, and they look at you with reverence. They see you as who you're meant to be. They love you for the truth of who you are, right? And it's like it makes you remember that you are the Empress, right? We begin the reading with the Knight of Pentacles. And I want you to be mindful. The Knight of Pentacles is staring at his pentacle. So there's an offer that's coming to you. There's an offer that's being presented to you. But I want you to be mindful that the offer that's coming to you is looking at your service more than you, right? So this could be an offer in a relationship, this could be an offer in job, this could be an offer with anything that's going on in your life. Know that there is not a completion of seeing you for who you are. And that is coming to you to recognize so that you can see it and let go of what is not, right? That's why right after that we have the 10 of wands. You see this? She's holding on to way too much. She can't even carry it, right? And then we move into the strength, right? But underneath everything, in order for you to tame the lion, in order for you to step into your confident, voluptuous self, right? There is a truth that you need to say within yourself, within your being. And this self within your being, at first it feels like you are leaving yourself out in the cold. It feels like everything is tumbling down around you. It feels like the foundations that you have built are falling apart. But they are because they were faulty. They were only focused on the physicalness of you, not the spirit of you. And you are moving in the direction of honoring who you are, the divine spirit of who you are, right? You're connected to me in this reading because you're not meant to do things the same as everyone else. You're meant to break out of the norm. You're meant to set the trends. You are the one who people lean on to, right? But the thing is, people have been leaning on you with the 10 of Wands energy, where they have given you the responsibility that is theirs. They have given you the responsibility of taking care of their spirit. And the thing is, you need to hand that back and now become connected with people who are going to be your friend, who are strong in spirit. Because this lion, you see her, she tamed this lion. And this lion here is very powerful. It could chew down the town. You know what I mean? And that's what it's talking about, putting people on your side who know how to stand for what they want, an advocate, right? And an advocate for you as well. An advocate of someone who reflects back to you who you are, someone who says, wow, that was amazing. I can't believe you did that, or things in that nature, right? Like, there is an importance for you to see that so that you can now put yourself as the empress. Okay, so Friday, is the beginning. I feel like Friday's gonna feel a little bit like, wow, this is falling apart. I feel alone, right? Like, it's the day where you kind of feel the stickiness of it, and it's telling you, don't try to go along with what you once did. You've been feeling like, oh, I don't really feel like, hanging out and drinking and partying anymore, right? Like, that sort of thing. I don't feel like doing that thing that I always used to do, and I don't know how to shift it now, but I know that that's not what I want to do anymore, and it leaves you kind of feeling like you don't know where to go. And what is telling you right now is to take a pause and just feel that on Friday. Then on Saturday, it feels a little bit lighter, because Saturday you sleep it off and you kind of move into a new direction where you're like, actually I can do something else. Right? I need to hand back the energy. I need to give back the energy of other people, give them back their responsibilities, right? And things along those lines, right? I was talking to my cousin here, right? And he was telling me about, how he's still taking care of his ex-girlfriend's like dogs and things like that. And he has missed out on opportunities with new partnerships because no one is really going to accept that. And I had to be the one to bust his bubble, be the truth teller, right? And be like, I'm sorry, primo, cousin, but no respectable woman is going to allow that. And if you want a woman in your life, you got to give back the responsibility that you have taken on. You have to recognize that you made an agreement in that relationship. You made an agreement to watch her dogs and help her out with the dogs because you were in partnership. You're not in partnership anymore, and you're still acting from the partnership, yet you don't have the benefits of the partnership, right? And so right now what is being called is for you to stand in your independent self and put your foot down and say, I know I said I would help you with this, but because our agreement has shifted, so has this, and I'm going to give you this timeline or whatever, right? But I can't just leave it to infinity, right? And I'm not sure what my cousin will do, right? I'm not sure if he's going to listen to me, but I know that I needed to speak the truth regardless. I needed to bust the bubble. I couldn't play along with, like, oh, well, you're such a good guy and that's so sweet of you. Bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, that's to me is not, because it's gonna get him in a place where he's gonna then be resentful towards her because he's still waiting on something, whether he wants to admit that or not. Right? And us as truth tellers have to be able to say those things, even though others may feel like no, or they won't listen. And it's okay. We're not here to tell people what to do, we're here to show them the truth. And they get to decide how to maneuver that. But you also have to be that for yourself. You need to be that truth teller to yourself. And you need to surround yourself with individuals who are also truth tellers. If you continue to surround with yourself with people who are just yesers, yeah, 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 this and that, or gloaters, you're going to find yourself constantly always feeling like your foundation is falling apart, that you have nothing to stand on. When the moment comes when you need someone to lean on, you need real help, real support, nothing is there. And the thing is, this is a time you being called into building your community, so that when the moments come when it's needed for you to step up or someone else to step up, it is there, that you're not left out in the cold while you are in your pain. Right? On During the week we had the 5 of cups, which was the looking at the 3 spilled cups, and there was still 2 cups behind, but it's about looking at those cups, there's some lesson there. And that's what this is talking about. You're seeing the lesson. You're finally seeing it. And it's one that hurts. Okay. It's one that kind of sour. And it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to have different feelings around it. But it is more better that you feel it through than to continue to lie to yourself and then get to a point where you can no longer deny the truth. And it is very hard for you to unravel yourself. And that's why it's important to build the strength and connection. And the strength card is about, where, like, in the strength card is the only card that can overcome the karmic ties of the devil, deception, manipulation, narcissistic abuse, trauma. The strength card is the one that overcomes that. And right after the strength card is the Empress. So it's not too far after, once you see your strength and who you are, that you start to live from the place of confidence. You're being asked to be a version of yourself you always dreamed of. It's like the child version of you is like, if I were confident, like, this is what I would say, this is what I would do, but I would never do that now. And it's like, you're being told right now within your spirit to pause for a second and see, actually, I need to make myself proud now, right? Okay, so now let's see what we have here. I want to pull some supportive cards. I'm going to pull a card for each day: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, so let's see what we're going to have for Friday. There's a few cards that came up, but I'll take it out. We have here number 4, Happy Family. We have number 11, Corntopia. We have number 14, Caring Connections. And in reverse, we have 31, Door of Value. Okay. So for Friday, we have a lot of cards here, right? There's 4 cards here, right? And it feels like as you take care of yourself, you start to see, oh, I can have my corntopia. And what's corntopia? Corntopia is the abundance of the fruits of your labor, the abundance of your prayers. It's like everything you've worked on and worked towards, you have the opportunity this Friday, even though things may feel sour and the tower is falling down and you can no longer deny what you see. You are now stepping into seeing the possibility, the rainbow, right? And the rainbow shows. When does the rainbow show? It always shows after a storm. After a storm, after a raining storm, right? The sun begins to come out again, and then the rainbow forms. right? The spectrum of light, right? And that's who you are. It's like recognizing that the storm is breaking apart the walls that have been keeping you from seeing your value. The door to value. This door to value is not just about money, it's about who you are, where you are stepping into, right? And the caring connection is telling me that you really do desire deep connection. And deep connection comes from feeling secure, feeling safe within yourself and with your connected partner, right? And that's not something you can fake. Security is not something you can fake. And security is not about the money or the house. It's about like making me feel so safe within you that I could be any version of myself. I could be happy, I could be sad, I could be vulnerable, I could be silly. And all of those parts of me are welcomed. And they're giving the space and the opportunity to be, right? We are not a linear thing. We're not just one thing. We go through many different emotions, right? And we go through many cycles of life, right? Just like the moon and the sun and the seasons, right? Like all of that is cycles, and we are that as well. And it's like having security in a person, in someone else, in connections, in friendships that welcome that see that and value it, and that guide you through it. And when they see you really, really low, they know how to speak to you with love to help you see who you are, right? So that's for Friday. Now let's see for Saturday. What would you like to tell us for Saturday? Okay, we have the number 33, door to romance, and we have the number 21, strength. Door to romance and 21, strength. Oh, sorry, strategy. It says strength. Strategy. And it says journal log here. And you may have heard this. And if you haven't, well, I'm going to let you know. It takes about 21 consecutive days to make or break a habit for the most part. There are certain habits that are really difficult if they're intertwined with trauma, right? Like that's something else. But like if you're like, hey, I want to walk every day, I want to work out every day, it's going to be a challenge for you for the first 21 days. And then after that, it'll become a routine, right? And there's something about writing because this pen here, it's like it's not a pen, it gives me the energy of like a quill pen, like back in the day when you used to have to dip it in ink and then write and then dip it in ink and write. And right now we just write, right? Right? But imagine having to constantly go back and then dip, right? And something about that dipping, something about that pause, right? And taking log of what's going on for you, right? It's like 33 as well with the door to romance. It's like it's really important for you to start really seeing that you are worthy of love in the way that you really want to receive love. You've been accepting love, the whatever's coming to you, but you have not like opened up to truth around what it is that you really do want. And when you have asked for that in the past, you weren't taken serious, you were lied to, you were manipulated, and you kind of just settled, right? And on Saturday, it's like take some time to write down, what would it be like for you to be in a loving, secure relationship? What would it be like in a relationship? What would it be like in a job setting? What would it be like in your money situation? What would it be like with your kids? What would it be like with your parents? What would it, right? Like, fill in the blank with all the important areas of your life, right? And all of us have different goals and different dreams, right? And they're necessary, right? Like, I'm a individual who loves to explore. I want to travel. And that is something that I am needing with whomever I'm connected with, whether it's friendship, whether it's partnership. I need that level of respect, right? And so I have to surround myself with that. And anyone who diminishes that, like, oh, that's a lot of money, or you can't do that, that's coming from their limited belief. But it isn't coming from me. And that's where it's like, it's writing, journaling helps you see something deeper about yourself. I would also, if you have some time this weekend, we are in between eclipses, look at your journals for the past 6 months. Look at your journal from last year, this time of the year, right? What was going on last year, August, for you? What were your deepest emotions? What do you see as a repetitive pattern that happened that, last year, or like 2 years ago, right? Because we are in between the eclipses, and in the eclipse energy, there's like the shadows, right, are being shown, like, like the darkness is showing itself, right? And the darkness is not necessarily evil, right? That's what we have to like break out of, right? Darkness is just things that happen in the dark. There's a lot of beautiful things that can happen in the dark, like a seeds growing and us growing in the womb of our mother, right? There was a moment where everything was black dark for us, and we weren't afraid. We knew what, and to trust into the process of our development, right? Maybe not in a conscious level, but as a cell, we were letting ourselves multiply, letting ourselves grow. We weren't trying to kill ourselves off, right? So there's something about that. All right. So now let's see with Sunday. So Saturday, journal, write, get clear around your love, realize you have the key to your heart. No one else does, right? You can make and break a habit in 21 days. All right. So now let's see what we have for Sunday. We have the goddess of the moon, and we have door to personal healing and happiness. So for Sunday, it's a very also another magical time, right? And the moon, right now we have all this eclipse things. We're moving towards the full moon. And you might notice that the sky seems a little bit more brighter at night. Like, even though the moon is half right now, it's still really bright, right? Like, there's a brightness that's coming from it because it's illuminating the dark, right? And it's us, our consciousness is illuminating the dark. We're opening up, right? There's something about tapping into your feminine energy. Whether you are a masculine being or a feminine being holder, we all have feminine and masculine energy. And at this time on Sunday, we're being asked to step into the feminine, right? The feminine energy is telling us that not to be afraid of the shadow, not to be afraid of the depths of emotions, right? Not to be afraid of the deep sea, right? Down deep, deep, deep down in the sea is super dark, but there are so many creatures there, right? And there's something about that, like letting yourself feel the truth in that, in your in the darkness of the untapped parts of your being, right? There's a part of your personality, there's something you haven't even scratched the surface of. And on Sunday, There's a possibility for you to touch it, for you to say, wow, I've never let myself really feel this before, but I'm going to let myself feel it right now. And when you do, it brings you towards this number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. And the healing is coming from having respect for yourself, right? Again, there's this concept of the dark and of the muddy, right? There's some lotus flowers here. The lotus flower is grown in muddy, dark waters. That beautiful flower comes from the most dirtiest, muddiest water. Okay. So there's something about that, right? Think about even pearls, right? They're in the shell. And the reason how they are formed is because sand got into the shell, right? And then it created a cluster over it and it made this beautiful, unique pearl, right? And that's what we are. We have to welcome that peace, right? Like you have to see, look, you've been through some stuff, you've been through things, and let that not be the destruction of you. Let that be the light of you. Let that be the thing that you then say, it isn't who I am. And it has let me see some truths about the world, right? It has now opened up my eyes to see the unseen realm, right? The bubble got popped, right? Like the scenario I was sharing earlier around my cousin, right? No one dared to say what I said to him. And here I come from New York, and I just pop the bubble. It's very obvious to everyone what's going on, but no one dares say it. And that's the thing, is like, you are the truth teller. Be that for yourself. If for anyone, do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love the most. It will bring you towards some deep, deep healing. And that healing gives you this sense of liberation that really lets you feel the peacefulness of happiness, right? Happiness is not just jumping for joy. It is a settlement in your body. It is your finally your body being able to rest. You able to catch your breath, for you to be able to sit and witness without your mind going ballistic, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about yesterday, right? Anxiety comes from constantly trying to see into the future, right? And that comes because there has been so much unpredictable things in your past that the only way that you feel that you can protect yourself is foreseeing the future, right? And the thing is, there's no such thing, right? Like you have to let yourself go with the rhythm, right? And then depression is being trapped in the beliefs or the situations you've been in that has caused you pain, and you replaying it and you replaying it, and you don't see your way out of it. You don't see how you can do something different, right? If you're working a job that you don't like and you just keep going for it, right? Well, I don't know what else to do. This is what I've been doing my whole life. That leads to depression. Depression leads to a lot of different issues in our body. Same thing with anxiety, right? And so this is for you to like put into place, where my energy going? What makes me feel what? How can I start correcting and healing myself now? Right? Because this is that opportunity, is the opportunity to heal. All right, my beautiful souls. Thank you for being here with me. I really enjoyed doing this. I'm happy that I was able to get this out to you while being over here. Service is a little bit different over here. And I was trying to do this at the beach, but it was too windy. Um, that everything was just flying away, and it just couldn't do it. And so I'm happy to be able to do it for you here and to do a live. I haven't done a live in like, woo, I don't even know how long. I don't remember my last live. Like it was such a long time ago, years ago, years ago. And it feels so good to just kind of be here with you authentically, no editing, no nothing. It's just blah. This is what it is. And I'm really happy to be doing this with you and for you to be sharing your energy with me. Remember who you are at the end of the day. Know to be kind and loving towards yourself, and you are worthy of the caring connections that you've been asking for. You really are. It's time for you to see that in yourself. Give yourself that allowance of that, right? Bring the peace into your heart and into your space. Whatever you need to do to make that happen, start making that happen, right? Trust your process, right? It's not always easy, right? It's sometimes there's parts of it that feel like this Five of Pentacles, right? I'm gonna show it to you, where it's like feeling left out in the cold. But know that that's okay, right? That's a part of the opening up, right? Underneath everything is this tower, right? So remember that the tower is not to scare us, it's to reveal to us what we thought was real that was not. We thought we had security in something when we didn't. We thought we had a partnership with somebody and we didn't, right? Like whatever it was that you thought you had security in this job, this apartment, this house, blah, 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 and then something revealed itself to say, actually, no, right? And this is where you start to see that the security comes from within, comes from your heart. It comes from you with you, you trusting in yourself, knowing that no matter what's going on, you're going to take care of you. All right, my beautiful souls, from my heart to yours, de mi corazón hasta la tuya, Amaku. This is Soy la Medicina series here on Miracles Within Us. Remember, you can claim your 30-minute awareness call on my site, soylamedicina.com. Until the next time, ciao, mi gente.